We're looking at these data highs here, these 930 data highs. We'd be aiming for getting into a long. Look at the hourly here. Look at this line here. Got a nice bottom wick there. Starting to see some push to the upside there. It tapped us in on our longs here. I like to see those bottom wicks there at the beginning. Yeah, we got about 25 minutes left of this hourly candle. So I'm looking for a delivery to those 930 data highs at that 1050 macro. I wanted a body closure above there, kind of jumped the gun a little bit there on our entry. But once we break above this area of interest, this 1 minute bearish fair value gap, we should see some nice speed and delivery to the upside. So let's see if we can get a execution of our plan within our strategy here, having broke below those 8 a.m. lows, tapped key levels of liquidity, Asia low, London low, and tapped into a higher time frame, PD array being that weekly and daily bullish fair value gap. Now we're just looking for some more confluence to inverse this bearish 1 minute FEG, which has been holding price down for some time. If we body above here, it's been attacking this area. So we're back here again, which I like. So we just got a body above that area. May get a slight retest of that area, but we should see some continuation to the upside. We're well before that 1050 macro. So we're at least looking to attack these 930 data highs. So we got our body closure above. Starting to see a little bit of rejection here. I want to see us get back above midnight open. That's been our area of resistance this session after breaking below it. So if we get back above midnight open and hold price above there, and we still had some work to do. We have our VWAP and our 200, but we're starting to see some speed and volume to the upside here. And that's what we want to see as we approach that 1050 macro. So let's keep pushing to the upside, see if we can't get this hitting our TP, which is we're going for those 930 data highs. Price has been kind of wishy-washy, so ultimately I do believe we have a lot of equal highs here. Those 8 a.m. highs are relative equal highs, which were created on the way down, which is good area of liquidity. So 29,757. I'd like to see ultimately that area hit. We're currently in this long. We're aiming for those data highs. Ultimately, I'd like to see our 8 a.m. highs get hit. This is our trade evade account. Currently in this trade. Got in here at the 508 mark. Kind of, we're at our 200 MA moving average, and I'm aiming for that 741 for TP. Currently up 545 on this area. So we're looking at possibly hitting that TP. So we'll stay patient and hold this trade. We did kind of get caught up in the melee of long short, long short. Now it's finally looking like it wants to deliver to the upside there. Kind of seeing a slight pullback there. Hopefully continue up. So let's get past our last area of resistance here, which is this 200 MA. Don't like the hesitation we're seeing there. I'd much rather see us push. I drag our stop loss to this low here to protect profits. So we got a new 15-minute candle coming in. Let's see where we go with it. Kind of just a small retracement to the downside there on that 15-minute candle. I want to see it after this small pullback continue higher. So I'm marking out this 15-minute. FEG there. Let's go into our 5. We have this 5-minute that we did break and close above. That's the one we wanted to inverse. We had a nice lower wick on that prior 5-minute candle. Started to see just a little resistance below that put wall area on our gamma levels. As we look at the 1 minute, starting to see a little bit of consolidation there. So hopefully as we get into this 1050 macro, we get that consolidation. It may even tap us out as I pulled our stop loss up, sweep this low before continuing higher. But we have our 200 simple moving average here. Once we break above there, as we see our 20 start to move up, we should start to see smoother price action to the upside, heading into that gamma 0 level, which would give us a better environment of a positive, a gamma positive. Giving us a little bit more stability in these candles. So let's try to, what we want to see is we're in an accumulation. I want to see some expansion to the upside. So let's see if we do after this accumulation, if price wants to sweep this little area of liquidity here before continuing to the upside. So we got about 2 minutes left before that 1050 macro, which we are expecting to deliver us to the upside at these 930 data highs. And it might wick us out as we pulled our stop loss up, securing that 420 bucks on that trade. So it came back and seen a retest of midnight open, which was an area of resistance for a while. So hopefully that's where we could find some support there. Breaking below that, we'd have to reassess to see if we can get a re-entry into some longs. Coming up on that 1050 macro. Let's see if we can get some push to the upside. Looks like buyers are trying to step in, but we see those sellers resisting. But ideally, that's what we want to see, the accumulation, manipulation to the downside, and some expansion and distribution to the upside. To confirm that distribution, we want to see that expansion. I want to see that expansion candle to the upside. A strong, rapid move to the upside. Getting back into that area of resistance. Having a little trouble breaking that 200 simple moving average. On these 5-minute candle. ES is pushing higher. It's also in a area of resistance. Looking to push up past this area here. We can get up over top of this put wall and start to show some more push to the upside. Maybe looking good. This isn't a 5-minute order block that we're pushing past. It's being as though we haven't rejected strongly below that area is a good sign for more bullish price action. And that's that expansion that we're looking for. That's that expansion we're looking for. That's on that 5 minute. As we see the 1 minute, we're getting just above that 200 moving average. That's what we want to see. And I want to see a nice body closure above that. I wouldn't mind if we came back, retested that 200 moving average, and then continued higher. So our first area that I want to see price hit is that 29,635 area, which is that 930 data highs. And then of course we would be moving up into our 8 a.m. highs, that 757 area. We would take profit. I'd like to take profit at those 930 data highs, then reset. Let's inverse this first presented fair value gap, or get below, above consummate encroachment and hang out above there. So we're coming back down to retest that 200 moving average, which was an area of resistance. Hopefully we'll find some support there, push price higher up into those 930 data highs. Nice expansion to the upside there. So we are almost at our first area. of profit, which is that 930 data highs. So we're getting into that new hourly candle. Got about 15 seconds left before we get into that new hourly candle. Looking to sweep those data highs, those 930 data highs. So again, we're looking to hit those data highs. Um, a nice confirmation would be to inverse this first presented fair value gap. Just looking, just a push. Just a push. It's pushing not that way. So we're looking at getting into a nice pullback here just before we get into that 1110. This is a bullish order block here on the 1 minute. Didn't quite break those highs there. These are relative equal highs. A good play on a good area of liquidity there. That will no doubt be taken. Let's see if we can get to that tip there. And Once we hit that first TP area there, I'll be ready to close out our stream. We're approaching that 11 o'clock mark, which we already passed that 11 o'clock mark. I generally don't like to hang out too much further past 11, but let's see. I just want to see if we get through this pullback. We have a gap here on the 1 minute. Let's see if we respect that gap and push up. Coming back down to retest that 200 moving average. As we look into this range here, I'm going to mark out. We have these equal highs, which is a good draw on liquidity. We're still below that gamma flip area, gamma 0, which we're looking to break above. Once we break above that area, we should see a nice push to the upside to tag those relative equal highs, those engineered highs that are just, it's so flat that I just don't believe price has any choice but to hit that area. It seems like we rejected off of that 1 minute value gap, swept that interior liquidity. Now we're starting to push to the upside. Still not out of the clear. A nice bottom wick on that 5-minute candle. We're still bearish on this 15-minute candle. Like to see it get above that prior 15-minute candle, which we did wick above that. We're going to see, we got about 7 minutes left in this 15-minute candle. I like to see a nice push above that prior candle and that next candle open above and give us a push above that gamma 0 level, changing our environment from negative to positive, which would give us more stability in price movement. You're still seeing a lot of whipsawing around. Mark out this 15-minute BG. We inverted this 5-minute bearish fair value gap. We have another 5-minute bearish fair value gap here. This is our 15-minute that we'd like to see inverted as well. So we're at that 11:10 macro. If it's going to push, we want to see it push now to the upside if we're going to deliver to the upside. Starting to see a lot of hesitation in that area. I want to see an inversion of that 5-minute, of course, but we also have an area here. We have a small 1-minute that I'd like to see price break above. I'd like to see price break above this area. The nice body closure before putting on any risk taking long. You see this accumulation area here. Let's see if we can't get it pushing above that area. Starting to see some expansion. Got about 20 seconds left. Just want to see it close above that area. Eight, 5 seconds, 3 seconds. So we got a body closure above that little 1 minute area there. We still want to see a inversion of this first presented fair value gap. All right. We're still looking to get I want us to get to that 635 area, that 640 area. It's been a major area of resistance. Starting to see a pullback. Just can't break above. Just can't seem to break above that 720, those 626s. So you see a little consolidation there. Want to see a push and a break above. I feel like when we break above this area, it's just going to fly. We're going to get a big bazooka candle to the upside. Got a nice bottom wick on that 5 minute. So it's looking like it wants to push up there. Just wanted to give us a little bit more commitment to the top. Again, we want to break above. I want to see it break above that 627. Nice body closure and expansion to the top there. It's kind of just hanging out in this area here. We can see that these top wicks on this 5 minute kind of is the area where we're having a lot of trouble. So we are into this bearish 5 minute order block here. If we see price push up into that area there, Could see some more resistance, but I'm looking for the AM session to at least get up into that area, especially if we break above this gamma 0 area, which I feel we're headed towards in the right direction. We're continue to wick right here at that gamma 0 area. I want to see a nice break and body closure above. We're coming up on a new 5-minute candle. Created that bottom wick, which we like to see when we want to see bullish continuation. Yeah, a little pullback there. Digging in, creating a more of a bottom wick. Want to see us, just want to see price give us that push to the upside that we're looking for. Give us that push. It looks like it wants to create a bottom wick on that 5-minute candle. Got about 3 minutes left into that candle. Still a little bit of consolidation there. So I'm gonna see, gonna close out, but I want to see if we can get this push that we're looking for to the upside. Got a nice bottom wick on that 30-minute. On the 5-minute, we got this nice bottom wick on the 5-minute that it was creating. Still kind of hanging out in that gamma area. Want to see a break above. Once it breaks above there, I just feel like it's going to fly. There's that break. I want to see it close above that area. We're continuing to wick above that area. I want to see a break and a close. starting to see a nice pullback on that 5-minute. Still looking quite bullish. We're just getting a lot of inconsistency with price wanting to move in that direction. Starting to see an accumulation, then basically want to see some expansion to the upside. So we are in premium. Kind of hit that OTE area where it's rejecting off of. So if we start to break above this 5-minute, that's where we really want to see confirmation of more bullish movement to the upside. So we're coming back down to retest that 200 moving average. We have this 20 here, so we could come back down if we catch it. If this 20 moving catches and move to the upside, it's kind of what we'd be looking for if we're continuing in our bullish momentum. I don't want to see it break below this 20 moving average on the 2-minute. After all that, I didn't even put in my previous day high or previous day low. So that kind of tells you how my morning's been going. So we're currently above our previous day low. But ways to go before we get to our previous day high. But compared to yesterday, I haven't really got a lot of movement in any particular direction. There's a lot of movement, but just been a lot of back and forth movement. So we get a push up and then a pullback. Push up, then a pullback. It was kind of hard to commit to a direction here. That's kind of been the narrative. ES is looking a little bearish there, which is holding NQ up from tapping into higher prices. Yeah, a lot of accumulation there. I want to see us push up. I want to see that expansion candle to the upside and break above this area here. Are we going to get that expansion that we're looking for? Eventually, I say yes, but right now, this session doesn't look too promising. I'm going to go ahead and close out the stream today. We've got some nasty price action so far. But that be as it may, it is what it is. And we'll live to fight another day. Just a lot of accumulation there. We are in a bullish uptrend there. It could go either way as of now until we break above this area and just higher prices are just not as high probability, and we could see lower prices. We could see a pullback and then higher prices. So we'll see. But either way, I'm going to close out the stream for today. Thanks for checking me out. I will see you again tomorrow. Happy trading and play it safe. Peace.